Coming all the way through history, you see this symbolism of the sun again and again. This is in Egypt. This is in Sri Lanka. This is Rome, again, the sun. And the sun became symbolized in the lion, the mane of the lion representing the rays of the sun. And so the lion became the king of the jungle, the king of the solar system. And that's one of the reasons you find British royalty symbolism awash with lions and what have you. Coming closer to the present day, this was the sun chair of George Washington, that high-degree Freemason. And again, the symbolism is of the sun, and it particularly represents Horus, the son of God of Egypt. And that comes up again and again in symbolism, and we'll see as we go along. Again, the sun coming up over the horizon is in a number of state seals in America. Illinois is not famous for its sun, but that represents something in the Illuminati symbolism. Again, the sun is represented in that Boston Freemasonic Lodge. Over Downing Street, that is a symbol that comes up again and again over the door at Downing Street, this symbolism of the sun coming up over the horizon like that. And until I saw a close-up, I didn't realize it had the rays of the sun in between them as well. In America, NBC, what you see on the screen all the time while you're watching a program is that symbolism again, and you find Illuminati symbolism on all the networks in America. On the side of the Freemasonic Lodge in Boston, a massive depiction of the sun, illumination, Illuminati. The sun gods, ancient sun gods they used to worship, they used to put a halo around their head to indicate they were actually symbolizing the sun and weren't actually real people. And again, like I said earlier, the lion, the sun symbol within the Illuminati code, you find all over British royalty. Now this is a symbol that they used to use in the ancient world that we see around us in various forms right up to this day. They used to symbolize the movement of the sun through the year with this symbol. They put the zodiac circle, which comes from a Greek word meaning animal circle, appropriately, around the circle, and then they put the cross across the middle to create the 4 seasons, and then they put the sun on the cross in the middle. I've heard that somewhere before too. And what they used to do was symbolize the movement of the sun in relation to the earth, or the earth in relation to the sun, through the year by symbolizing it as the life of a man. So at this point, they would say, this is the winter solstice, 3 days after that, they used to say the sun was born or born again, because the winter solstice, which has become our December 22nd, 23rd, that kind of time, 21, 22, was the lowest point in the northern hemisphere of the power of the sun. So they said symbolically it had died. 3 days later, which in our calendar became December the 25th, the birthday of Jesus, they said the sun, that one, was born or born again, and they took it around the year, and it became a bigger and bigger man. At the peak of the summer solstice, it became a massively strong man with long golden hair, symbolizing the powerful rays of the sun. And then, as the man came down into the house of Virgo the Virgin, some say the house of Delilah, he had his hair cut, because the rays of the sun, as you go into the autumn, the fall, are getting shorter and shorter. And then by the time they come round to here, they used to symbolize him like we symbolize old Father Time, an old man at the end of its life. It's all symbolism. And that can be found all over the place. This is in the square where the Ritz Hotel is in Paris, which represents the Sun King in the history of France. This is another version of it, which is the symbol of NATO, the North American, I was right first time, North American, North Atlantic Treaty Organization, which is a wholly owned subsidiary of the Illuminati and has been created to evolve with others into the world army that would impose the will of the world government. This is again the same symbolism of the cross with the sun, and this is the symbol of the CIA. The CIA is part of this Illuminati, if you like, sun cult, and it is a part of the security network in America that has nothing to do with security and everything to do with creating a network of control of the people, which is unfolding more and more every day since 9/11. Again, in the centre of the city of London, you've got this same symbol recurring again, right next to St. Paul's Cathedral, in the heart of this very big centre for the Illuminati worldwide. Here you have a lot of people have put symbolism in their paintings, like Leonardo da Vinci. Leonardo da Vinci was a grand master, according to this book, Holy Blood, Holy Grail, of a major secret society, a very elite one called the Priory of Sion, S-I-O-N, which was created at the same time that the Knights Templar was created, and its role was to advance the power of the Merovingian bloodline. That was his very reason for existing. And what he's done, Da Vinci here, has put this same symbolism into a painting of the Last Supper. There's the halo, which they used to put over the sun gods in the ancient world, and he's broken up the 12 disciples into 4 sets of 3. Why is it that religious deities seem invariably to have 12 followers? Why do we have King Arthur and the 12 knights of the Round Table, the zodiac circle? Symbolism. And interestingly, right at the entrance to the temple I was in Boston, Freemasonic headquarters, they have that same picture outside, because these things mean things to them. Even in the street plans of the cities, they put their symbolism in. This is the center of the street plan of Paris, the Arc de Triomphe. They have 12 streets going off there, and the circle in the middle, the sun in the middle, and on the street there in Paris, they've even put the rays of the sun on the road. All around us, this stuff's going on. This is a major symbol of the Illuminati, the skull and bones. The Templars at the time of their purge were accused of using skull and bones in their rituals and stuff, and this is on a Freemasonic apron from the 18th century. And because of the skull and bones symbolism, that's why the most notorious secret society in America, at Yale University in Connecticut, is called the Skull and Bones Society. And these take 15 students, bloodline students, into their ranks every year and initiate them into the web. Part of the ritual apparently is lying naked in a coffin, telling your sexual exploits to all the other people. There's people dressed as devils, and on my website there's a account of a newspaper journalist on the New York Observer who used night vision equipment and other stuff to record one of these, part of these rituals which goes on in the courtyard at the back. And it's absolutely bizarre. And he was a member of the Skull and Bones Society. His father was, he was, or he is. And the Skull and Bones Society is a network of cementing apparently unconnected people right the way through American politics, banking, business, and media ownership, who are working to the same end while appearing to be unconnected in the daily arena. This is a major symbol of the Illuminati going way back into the ancient world, and it's on the dollar bill. It's called the pyramid and all-seeing eye. And the pyramid with the eye on is the peak of the pyramid is raised above the rest. That's the power in the pyramid, in the Illuminati hierarchy, manipulating the people. That was put on the dollar bill in 1933 by Franklin Delano Roosevelt, one of the major frontmen for the Illuminati in America in the 20th century. And you find that a lot. Apparently in the words around it translated says something like, "He favors our undertaking, new order of the ages." New world order is one of the code phrases they have for this globalization agenda. The Reynolds Tobacco Factory family in America were one of these bloodlines, and they used that in their advertising. Think you've seen it all. Again, the all-seeing eye. You see it in many adverts of companies as well. And here we have, very recently, since 9/11, the American government have started this organization, the Information Awareness Office, to spin the story to the people, to get the people to believe what they want them to believe, and they use that very same symbol going over the earth for this organization. They're symbolism obsessed. This is British intelligence. Am I